Right now, there are buyers in the Coachella Valley paying $650,000 for a 4-bedroom new construction home in Palm Springs. And there are buyers just 10 minutes north getting that same 4-bedroom for $445,000. That's a $200,000 gap. And smart buyers are figuring that all out. So today, I'm breaking down the 3 hottest new construction communities generating real buzz in Desert Hot Springs right now. Phases, releasing times, prices, moving, and yes, some buyers are already on a wait list. Before we get into the communities, let's talk honestly about Desert Hot Springs, because I know what some of you are thinking. You've heard the reputation about Desert Hot Springs, but here's the reality. This city has been quietly transforming for the past 5 to 6 years. Infrastructure upgrades, serious investment in public safety, and new developments coming into the city from multiple directions. This isn't the Desert Hot Springs of 10 years ago. The buyers getting in right now are getting in before that full transformation is priced in. And that's exactly the kind of opportunity I want you to understand before we walk through these 3 new communities. Hi, Neil here, your Living in Palm Springs realtor. I help people buy and sell homes here in the Coachella Valley every day. Let's get started. Skybourne is Lennar's flagship master plan community in Desert Hot Springs, and it's the largest footprint of new construction happening in the city right now. If you want resort-style living at a price point that still makes sense, this is where you want to start. There are 2 collections here. The Nova collection runs from 1,229 to 1,692 square feet, starting in the low 400s. And that's your entry point, great for first-time buyers or anyone right-sizing into the desert. The Era collection steps in at 1,784 to 2,583 square feet, and the prices start in the mid to upper $400,000, which is where your move-up buyers are landing. So whether you're buying your first home or you're coming from a larger market and want more space for less money, Skybourne has a floor plan that fits. Now here's what actually separates Skybourne from the other communities that we're covering today. The amenities: resort pool complex, tot lot, dog park, walking trails. This is the community where the lifestyle is built in, and you're not hoping the neighborhood develops around you. It's already there, and you're getting all that for an HOA of under $200 a month. To put that in perspective, the Palm Springs area average HOA for a non-golf community runs anywhere from $500 to $700 a month. Skybourne is well below that. The market velocity here is real. Lennar has been releasing new phases regularly, and prices have moved up since the initial launch. Buyers who hesitated on earlier phases ended up paying more. That's not a scare tactic, it's just really what's happening when demand is absorbing inventory. One thing I really want you to be aware of if you're thinking about visiting the Skybourne sales office: lot selection matters enormously here. Sun exposure, drainage, which direction you're facing, what gets built around you in future phases. These are details that most buyers don't really ask about, and the builder's sales rep doesn't volunteer that conversation. This is exactly where having your own agent is very valuable, and the good news is my compensation is already built into the builder's price. It costs you nothing to have someone in your corner. And I've also put together a free new construction guide that walks you through lot selection strategy in detail. The link is in the description below, so grab it before you go visit any of these communities. So if the lifestyle play is what you're after, resort amenities, strong community feel, multiple floor plans, and HOA that will not eat up your budget, Skybourne is your community. But not every buyer needs a resort pool. Some want something quieter. Rancho Descanso is also a Lennar community, but the feel here is completely different. This is gated, more intimate, and designed around privacy over amenities. There's no resort pool complex, and that's actually the point. The lower overhead means more space between homes and a quieter neighborhood environment. 4 single-story plans ranging from 1,747 square feet to 2,258 square feet, with base prices starting in the mid to upper 400,000s. Entry is slightly higher than Skybourne, but the lot sizes tend to be larger here. If outdoor desert living is the draw, and for a lot of buyers it is, Rancho Descanso gives you more yard to work with. Location is also a real advantage. You're near shopping, schools, and parks, so you're getting gated security without being isolated. This isn't a community on the fringe of development, it's connected. Lennar has been quietly releasing new lots here, and the buyers who engage early are getting the better lot selection. That pattern is consistent with how Lennar actually operates across all their communities. The early movers do get the picks. One thing to keep in mind is the base price is the starting point, not the finish line. Lot premiums and design center upgrades can push that number up to between 10 and 20% before you're done. Smart upgrade strategy does matter, and again, my buyer's guide covers exactly how you should approach that conversation without overpaying at the design center. Now, here is where things get interesting, and this is the one I want you to really pay close attention to because the window is really small. Monte Vista Eagle Point is a boutique community of just 14 homes in Desert Hot Springs. Not 140, not 1,400, just 14. And that number alone changes the math on urgency. When a community this size starts moving, it doesn't give you time to think about it for 3 months. What makes Eagle Point different from Skybourne and Rancho Descanso isn't just the size, it's the setting. These homes are built inside an existing established neighborhood. That means mature landscaping, complete streets, real neighbors already living there, and you're not moving into a construction zone and waiting years for the area to fill in. It already has. That's a quality of life difference that buyers don't always think to look for until they've lived through the alternative. 3 single-story plans. Plan 1 is 1,815 square feet at $469,000. Plan 2 steps up to 2,003 square feet and it's at $485,000. Plan 3 tops out at 2,353 square feet at $515,000. All single level, all modern finishes, all coming with pre-installed solar panels and whole house fans, so your energy costs are dialed in from day one. The carrying costs here are about as low as you'll find anywhere on new construction in the Coachella Valley right now. There's no metal roofs and a property tax rate of just 1.3%, and when you stack that up against the true monthly payment, principal, interest, taxes, HOA, Eagle Point is really hard to beat at this price point. Because Monte Vista is a boutique builder, you're also getting a level of personal service that a production builder sales machine simply can't match. More flexibility, better communication, and a builder that has real skin in the game on every single home they sell. You're not a number in a spreadsheet. Location also works here. You're close to Desert Hot Springs High School, nearby solid freeway access, and shopping is very close by. Convenience without the master plan price tag attached to it. With only 14 homes total, the buyers sitting on the fence about Desert Hot Springs are exactly the ones who will miss this. Before you walk into any of these sales offices, there are a few things that you do need to know, and I'd rather tell you straight than have you find out later. First, Desert Hot Springs. I touched on this earlier, but let's go a little bit deeper. The reputation of Desert Hot Springs carried for years was real, but that was then and this is now. The past 5 to 6 years have brought documented infrastructure improvements, meaningful public safety investments, and consistent new developments from builders who just don't put money into markets they don't believe in. Lennar and Monte Vista aren't here by accident. The buyers getting in today are still ahead of full price discovery. Now that gap won't stay open forever. Now the honest stuff. Desert Hot Springs sits about 10 to 15 minutes further north of Palm Springs. If you're commuting, that adds up. And it's well worth mapping out your specific route before you commit. It's also windier in Desert Hot Springs, especially in the springtime. And that's just desert geography. Factor that into your outdoor living plans. For most buyers, saving $150,000 to $200,000, those trade-offs are very manageable, but you should go in clear-eyed. On the financial side, the base price is never the full price. Lot premiums, design center upgrades, HOA fees, and your blended tax rate, they all stack up on top of that number. The new construction buyer's guide in the description walks you through exactly how to calculate your true monthly payment before you fall in love with a floor plan. And this is the most important thing I can tell you before you visit. You need to register with a real estate agent before you walk into a sales office. Once you walk in unrepresented, most builders will not allow you to add a real estate agent later. My compensation is already built into the builder's price, and you'll have someone watching out for you and your interests from lot selection all the way through final walkthrough. 3 communities, 3 different lifestyles, all coming in $150,000 to $200,000 below comparable Palm Springs new construction. Be sure to grab the free buyer's guide. The link is in the description below. And if you want any help navigating any of these issues before you visit a sales office, call me or schedule a free Zoom consultation. We'll go over your price range, your lifestyle priorities, and we'll also create a custom buying plan specific to your needs and to your budget. Call me first, protect your interests, and let's find the right home for you. Now, watch this next video all about living here in the Palm Springs area.